Hi everyone, welcome back to F1 2020, my team Minardi! And we are just gearing up for the Belgian Grand Prix. We just done a mid-season break where Will Buxton gave the most bizarre interview to us. But hey-ho! It's all good. During that off-season though, we collected quite a lot of new points. So I'm going to go in and do an upgrade for our power unit. It's only a minor one, and it's not going to be particularly fast, but we now have the worst engine out there, so we need to do something about it, and we'll invest in that all later. A wee bit better, so that we can try and keep up again. As you can see, McLaren have kind of fallen down the pecking order here, because Alfa Romeo and now Renault, who were down there with us earlier on, have had a proper surge. And they're doing rather well, so that's of interest. Haas are still behind us at the moment, and Williams have just kind of tailed off. But that's looking quite impressive for us. Do we have anything that we can stick in the timeline here? Yeah, let's do that, because then we can really work at trying to milk that through, and then we'll probably do a power train update next time around, if that makes sense. I'll see you after practice for the Belgian Grand Prix. Ooh, that's dramatic. Hi everyone, welcome back. After the practice sessions, practice went okay. I'm not very sure about where I'm going to be on the grid with this one. Obviously our car is super down on power. As you can see, we are the worst in the power department. But then when I look at things like the chassis that's about to income, we aren't far off of that. We're doing well in the aerodynamics department. It could all go okay, but I feel like we're going to get swallowed up on the straights. So let's dive into quali and see how we get on. It's going to be a completely dry race, which is adorable. We've been missing those. So let's dive in and see how practice goes. For some reason I hadn't really done a proper setup for Spa, and I've got so used to driving it with the default setup, but I was extra slow down the straights, which then meant that I was doing really well around the corners. So now that I've turned down the wings a bit, I keep finding myself overshooting the corners, so I do wonder if I'm actually going to be faster using my custom setup or not overall, because I'm on 3.5 on the wings there, and it's really taking me, like, you know when you've got muscle memory and it's really stuck in your brain. I'm like particularly when I come to Stavlo.
Track is pretty empty right now. Lots of space.
I keep missing that one. Oh, I was toying around with the brake pressure. I'll leave it at 85. And there's my tyres. Let's get out there.
Engine fired. We're set.
Hockily dockily. Well, the Alpha's going through. They weren't doing too badly earlier. I did just about, by like 0.5 of a second, manage to do my qualifying ritual. And I always find that the qualifying ritual is kind of are slightly faster than what you really need to be. Thank God the rules are off for corner cutting, because the turn with no name I always run wide on as well. Here it just depends around Puon exactly where I'm supposed to be. I take that corner different every time. And because in general you're able to brake later and do things more aggressive in this game compared to 2019, the fine differences between where you braked or broke last year versus where you brake or broke this year, I find when you've got a much lower wing setup, it exaggerates the kind of lack of grip, like so much more compared to just being safe. So yeah, it's interesting, the more you get to grips with a game. I want to beat that runner out the pits, thank you. That runner's going to annoy that false racing point. I keep hooking that inside curve on an Eau Rouge as well, and it would spit me off into the barriers, particularly because we had a wet FP1. Oh, there's time on the table there. And there. That's what I mean about the braking too early. They're too late and over committing. And there, that was terrible. Oh, this is not a good lap. That didn't work either around the Fangyu chicane. That was better. Perez. Session update.
So, just ahead of us in this session at the moment are Raikkonen, Stroll and Kvyat. And we're in front of Russell, Ricciardo and Norris.
It's
Currently,
Russell
the
then.
fastest lap is a 1 minute 44.2.
Oh, not anymore. Hi, Hamilton. Hi. That's Ricciardo beating us through as
There's
well.
only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
We could very well be giving Ocon a lovely tow there. Ooh, Delatraz in behind Russell. That's not a great look. But again, I think we're going to struggle here somewhat because of how off the pace we are in terms of engine power, which is why I didn't really know where we would be. Okay. So we're 2 off. Now, we knew they can see, look at the drop that we lose in Sector 1 against other people, which is fine. Ooh, youch. Okay, Delatraz is ahead of Latifi, that is good.
Our fastest lap is a 1:45.1.
My middle sector is trash. Final sector's good. That really surprises me. So we really have hooked up the last bit, the big run to the line, which is fine. Quite tempted. Let's get straight out there and go again.
All personnel
Hey,
be aware. Car leaving.
Louis? I will say Jean Denise. Louis. We'll make you faster, mate, don't worry. See you, Ginge. Bye. So claustrophobic, that pit entry and exit. Session update.
Quick position rundown for you. The current top 5 are Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Albon, and Vettel. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Norris, Gasly, and Ocon. And behind us are Russell, Delatraz, and Latifi. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:43.1.
Alright, well we've beat Grosjean. Oh, KMX is just slotted in front, so we're with the Hassers. I'm alright with that. All is not lost. We are not detached from the back of the field like we were in Silverstone either. And this kind of makes sense actually, because if you think about the way how my team mode should work, is that the higher up teams should in theory have a bigger factory, being able to pull more resource points in, more money because they're getting bigger sponsors depending on their position, and prize money if this game even deals with that. But the ability for them to have a better factory because they're long standing will mean that they're able to improve their car and various different points over a period of time faster, in theory, if you're just looking at pure binary numbers. So it should make sense that we can kind of design a car and do quite well at the start. Go. But then kind of lose pace slightly because we aren't generating like level 3 values of resource points. Ah, crumbs. Oh, how annoying is it when you've buggered up everything right at the start. Ah, 6/10 off. Is it even worth continuing? Let's see.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Oh, it's been a horrible lap. That was good. No, still 6/10 in, let's pull off. Box this lap.
Understood, stopping this lap.
Rival status.
They're in 7th.
Ah, Carlos. How am I supposed to win? You're going to have to retire again, mate. I'm going to lose a wing in that, I swear. Ugh, what pain. see what we got. Let's just stroll out there on track at the minute.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:45.1.
So we've got about 4 or 5 temps potentially that we could gain, which could get us ahead of the Haas, Ocon, maybe Gasly, and in around the Norris, Ricciardo collection. Ugh. It's going to be tricky, isn't it? That doesn't look anything like Lance Stroll at all. It's horrific. See, we're going to come out now into traffic, so I don't really want to go too nuts. Good lifespan on these tyres though. Kind of makes me think that we can do most of this race on softs. Or at least like a 50-50 split. I was going to say, is everyone coming out now? Yes, they are. There's Louis. Go on, mate. Oh, 22nd in the speed traps. That's not a good look. Does not surprise me in the slightest, though. Bang on with Latifi, though. Let's get out there then. We put on the new tyres, didn't we? Yes. Go to track. Try that.
Standing by.
That way we'll be last over the line. It'll be extra juicy. Oh, is that someone that slowed right down there? Or is that because Stroll has caught up with people that have come out the pits? Otherwise, that's a Haas breaking down. Wow. I do love this circuit though, it's so satisfying to drive. Holds some good memories for me as well in various different leagues that I've raced in. On R-Factor 2, Race Room, I think I've raced this on, or Race On, I can't remember which one it was. It's one of those tracks that's in all of the games, usually. So it's just trying to adapt yourself to the different game as you go. So, alright, let's see how we do. Let's go wide in, try and get ourselves an extra couple of kph.
Just 30 seconds left in the session.
Yeah, we're fine. So it was a bit... Didn't mean to hit neutral, but after the last lap I wanted to really turn in extra early. was a bit worried about that inside curb. It has sput me out far too many times. Oh, Hamilton, that's beastly. Nice. Okay, Grosjean's blip-frogged us. Okay, I couldn't have done any better. 16th, nice. I feel like Alonso in 2001 in a Minardi. Desperately trying to make some kind of impact on F1. Oh dear. Oh, we unlocked something there. Oh, new delivery type. Nice.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top three. Hamilton, Leclerc and Valtteri Bottas. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Oh, hi. Mercedes versus Ferrari, clearly. Would you argue number ones, then number twos these days? Oh dear. Verstappen just ahead of Albon. Sainz best of the rest. Perez ahead of Stroll. Alfa Romeo continuing their mid-season progress up the order there. I think they could be on for some points. Ocon ahead of Ricciardo. That's unusual. Kvyat doing really well in the Alpha Tauri. Norris again. My game does not like him. He always qualifies poorly. Oh, that's not great from Delatraz. Ahead of Latifi, but Russell absolutely bossing it there. I'm mega pleased with where we are. I don't think we'll be able to sustain it necessarily, but we'll see.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. What was the secret of your qualifying pace?
Great teamwork tirelessly on to get the best out of the car.
Did you feel that things went well for you today?
Weird question.
What was the secret ingredient for your performance today?
Car's perfectly balanced for this track.
Great. Well, that's everything.
You're welcome. Ugh. Naughty Carlos. Oh god, it's bang on even. If he doesn't have some kind of massive issue, he wins. And it's been so close. That's going to really annoy me. Hey, level 9. Thank you, thank you. You'll get there, Louis. Okay, so we're still dry for the race. Nothing we can do elsewhere. Only 11 laps as well, so let's dive in.
We're in Belgium once again for today's round of the Formula One World Championship. It's a race the great Ayrton Senna won 6 times, and in 2019, Charles Leclerc became the first driver to take their maiden win here since Michael Schumacher in 1992. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track is a great one for fans of pure speed. The average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles an hour. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Why don't we discuss McLaren? What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment.
Does it,
Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Oh. There's so much they could do with that preamble.
Let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Vettel, Alexander Albon, and Sainz, Perez, Stroll, Raikkonen, and Esteban Ocon. Giovinazzi, Norris, Max Verstappen, Smith, Gasly, Grosjean, Kevin Magnussen, and George Russell. Delatraz, Ricciardo, they've taken a grid penalty, Kvyat, and Nicholas Latifi. And now it's time to head down to the track.
All carnage going on with 4 grid penalties going on there. Can't count. That puts us right in the thick of the midfield. Yes, Hughes. 5, 6. That's interesting. That doesn't really imply that really though, does it? Excuse me. Let's just leave it exactly where it was. I'm quite happy with that. Wish me luck. Sweaty hands. No!
You have a lot.
Firstly, what was Kimi doing all the way down that straight? I had nowhere to go. And then it was just a loss of grip.
Alright, we're looking good so far.
Is Albon in? Oh dear. Ross, I'm coming. Coming for you. Need to catch up, but I am not fast enough. This can't be real. That's a Haas in the pits. Come on. We should not be here by rights, but let's try it.
Some information on Giovinazzi. They seem to have an issue.
Oh dear.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Getting dragged along by Vettel. Bottas has now got round Albon, so that's that sorted for him. I think we can do much. on, Signs. Cream into the back of him.
Pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
I will try to. Oh, it's a lunge. It's too much of a lunge.
Box, we're coming in this lap.
Ooh. Yellow flag, what's going on? Oh, it's Vettel retiring again!
Okay, clear.
He's had more retirements than I've had hot dinners in this season.
To the car in front is 1.7 seconds. Release. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Alright, we're ahead of Latifi and Delatraz. That will do nicely. Although I think we might have a problem here with Latifi. Stay behind. Yeah. That is crucial for us because Delatraz is now going to hold up signs. Yes!
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Well done, Louis. That is the team game being played. Surprised at Giovinazzi only being there.
Louis is in the pits. Louis in the pits. The gap to the car behind is 1.9 seconds.
The only mild annoyance now is that Sainz, I think, will get Durs on Latifi and get past.
The gap to the
Otherwise,
car ahead is 5.8 seconds.
that would have been absolutely... Oh no, he's behind still. Fantastic. Traffic has worked, frankly, a treat. So I'm going to try and not use as much is and is as possible. Because he's going to come for me. We aren't very fast on these tyres, actually. Ah, signs through already. Crumbs. And so the chase back begins. Oh, we're really squirrely.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Albon out on the hards. What? Look at Ocon there, nearly getting ahead of... I think he's leapfrogged Perez by going later, you know. The undercut has not worked. For him, I think Perez might have a go back through, but that's really helped Ocon.
The car ahead of you has just fitted the hard tyres. Car ahead now on the hard compound.
Here they all come!
We're leading our teammate by 21.3 seconds.
Whoop. Alright, with a bit of luck, Ocon is now going to start harassing Sainz. Which he is. And they're all now going to just basically hold each other up. Oh, Ocon's got through. Wow. This is by far Esteban's strongest race of the year. Which came at the time when Ricciardo had a grid drop, so... that is mega helpful for the Renault team.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
So I only need 2 laps after this one.
Gap to car in front is 3.5 seconds.
Schnauzer, they're closing, they're closing. Ah. Be with me on the last lap with Endurs. Within DRS range. That was tricky. Oh, that was slidey. This is all about surviving Le Com.
This is your final lap of the race.
And that was not the way to do it.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
I appreciate this race has been a bit cheaty, but it's been exciting. I'll have to do like a no flashbacks season 2 or something.
Okay, gap ahead is 6.1 seconds.
No! No!
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
We stayed ahead of Sainz. That was what I wanted. That was what I wanted. Well done, Ocon. That was. I knew I was hammering it a little bit too much.
What a great race then, and what a magnificent victory here at the Belgian Grand Prix. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
Well, I'm still very, very happy with that position. I didn't think we'd be on for points. But that track, everyone was just busy battling each
And after
other.
this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
I have to give it to Smith. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
Let's move on to the Constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Okay. So, great result there for Mercedes and for Leclerc as well in his championship attack. Albon continues his recovery after the terrible start that he had this season. Ocon, by far his best finish of the season. Sainz still did well for McLaren, and if I wasn't in the way, he would have done much better. But I'm really delighted with that. Stroll ahead of Perez as well, and Raikkonen gets some more points for Alfa Romeo, which I think will go down very well considering they've had some improvements. Verstappen, I'm really surprised, did not go forward. I was expecting him to be up with us. Gasly, Norris. Ricciardo did improve quite a few places. Giovinazzi went backwards, and that was clearly off the start, because by the time, remember, we got to dealing with them, he was only just ahead of Russell, so that wasn't great. Although clearly in clear track he was then able to pull away afterwards because they've leapfrogged Kvyat, Grosjean, Russell. Magnussen was the person that pitted at the end of the first lap then by the looks of it. And Latifi did beat home Delatraz. Oh, Delatraz. Ah, Perez got a penalty. 5-second time penalty, ignoring blue flags. And it was Delatraz and Magnussen that hit each. Oh dear. Well, that might explain why Delatraz was down at the back then. And Vettel another DNF. So, no big changes at the top of the standings, although 16 points now is the gap between the Mercedes. Vettel falling away, isn't he, in that championship battle? I don't really think he's in it. We are best of the rest still, ahead of Ricciardo and Sainz. Stroll there, equal with Norris on points, and that puts Ocon. There you can see those 10 points added to only the 6 that he's had this year has helped him out. Raikkonen, by virtue of those 2 points, actually stays ahead of Ocon. AlphaTauri falling back. No changes elsewhere, but look, Renault and Minardi equal now on points. One ahead is Racing Point, and only a couple ahead of that is McLaren. So the battle for 4, 5, 6 and 7 absolutely soggy, as is actually the AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo battle, and I think Alfa Romeo could well have something on that. Both teams have only got those amount of points because of freak results. Raikkonen at Monaco and Kvyat at Australia, actually. And Haas so close to points on a couple of occasions this year, but just not quite tipped the balance.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today?
Okay.
It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it? You had a close battle today, didn't you? Great. Well, that's everything.
You're welcome. Now, was that enough to win the battle against Carlos? Because that was all we was... Yes! We did it! Oh, we've still done enough chat. Yeah, I thought Louis with that drama was not grand. That puts us at 3 million though. Juicy. I smell an upgrade. Okay. Oh, I'm happy with that. So next up is Monza. I'm not sure where we'll end up there because yes, we'll be low on straight line speed, but I can be as late of the last late breakers as possible into some of those chicanes and maybe that will help. Oh, and that's a couple of upgrades straight in there. One or more of the vehicle's component parts of excessive wear. Oh, well, we'll take a look at that next episode. Thanks for watching. You guys take care.